Tonight we're making chicken in mushroom and mead sauce, basically. Yes. So first thing we're going to do, we got a pan hot. Notice I'm using a wok for this. You could do it in another pan if you want. The nice thing is it's got high sides. We're going to be using it for other things. The way these sides are shaped, it helps make the liquid reduce when I actually go to make the sauce in this. First thing I'm doing is searing off some chicken. You don't want to crowd the pan, so I'm actually going to do this in 2 different sets. Okay, the chicken's seared off. Now we're going to add some onions to the pan. We're going to start these going first. I don't want the garlic to burn, so let the onions get in there and get going fairly decent first. Yada yada. Nice way. One of the reasons why we do this, nice thing about doing this, is this actually, I'm not searing necessarily the chicken off for flavor on the chicken. Basically I want to get that flavor in the pan itself. So I make some crusties in the pan from the chicken itself. Adds more flavor into the finished sauce. Add a little salt. Help those sweat more. And then in a minute or less, we'll add in the garlic and the mushrooms. We'll let those all cook, and we will deglaze and then add some stock to this and let it cook for a minute. Okay, the onions are starting to soak up some of the color from the chicken. We're going to add in the mushrooms and garlic. Now, if you don't realize why I've done this, it's because, or done it this way, the garlic is a lot smaller pieces than everything else, and while the other stuff's cooking, it'll cook a lot faster and can burn if you put it in too soon. So if you do it like this, all this other stuff in the pan right now is going to diffuse that heat, and it will make it harder to burn the garlic. When garlic burns, it becomes bitter. We don't want it to be bitter. We want the sweetness from it. Okay. The mushrooms and onions are about where I want them to be right now. You don't want to cook them all the way through because they're going to cook more in the oven. So we put these right here, right on top of that chicken. Like so. Put that around. Okay. Now we still got a lot of fond at the bottom of the pan. We want to scrape that up. We're going to use this mead to deglaze with and form a good portion of the sauce. Like so. Don't be afraid, just get in there, scrape it all up. All going to add flavor into the final sauce. So. And from there, I'm going to add in chicken stock, like so. I'm going to let this come to a boil, and I will let it cook for just a little bit as it's boiling. And from there, we'll end up going in here. Alright, now our next stage, we're going to add this into here, like so. Cover. Now this is going to go in the oven, roughly 45 minutes to an hour. I've got it going at about 350 because I'm actually going to be cooking potatoes with it too. We're going to have mashers with this, so I'm kind of wanting to get done roughly around the same time. So this goes back on, and we can even set the timer so we remember what we're doing. And we'll go from here. Okay, pretty much everything's done. The sauce didn't come out quite as thick as I would like, so I'm going to cheat with it. A little bit of cornstarch slurry. It's boiling right now, so I'm going to add in some of that slurry to help it thicken up. Make sure that's mixed in real good, like so. Oh yeah. Now this is something you could do with a roux. Don't want to spend the time doing that right now, especially at this point where everything else is done. So the cornstarch slurry works really well for this. It's kind of basically a quick roux almost. Flavor's not as good. The cornstarch does not bring flavor into the dish. Sometimes you want that. But it thickens pretty much almost immediately. The main thing you gotta do is just bring it back up to a boil. Let it cook for a minute or two. And from here we're gonna go and we're gonna plate up and you'll see how everything looks. Alright, now we finish off. We got potatoes, we got some green beans. Chicken right there. A little sauce. Like so. And that's the plate. Beans.